you, nigga.
This episode is brought to you by GENESYS Network. Get ready for the incredible comeback of the GENESYS coin presale. We've heard your requests, and now it's back until June 11th, giving you another opportunity to join the action. So don't miss out this time. From May 15th to May 31st, you can grab your coins at an unbelievable price of 87 cents, and from June 1st to the 11th, slightly higher at 91 cents. But wait, we have more exciting news for you. You can buy these tokens conveniently using the Binance network with BNB and USDT. Don't wait any longer. Seize this opportunity to be a part of the G-Coin revolution. Official launch on MEXC, BitForex, and BTP Exchange on July 15th. Join the G-Chain revolution today. Link in the description below.
Fuck it! Do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live!
Okay. Ready?
Fucking thing sucks! We'll do it live.
Okay.
Yes, indeed. We are doing it live, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of My 2 Cents. Yes, not my 2 Satoshis, but my 2 cents. We talk about all non-crypto related news on these segments here, these episodes. So definitely, if you're interested in some non-crypto stuff, if I talk your ear off too much, you're getting sick of me being right, well, come on over to My 2 Cents. We could talk some non-crypto related stuff. Shout out to everybody in the building right now. We got Mr. Sakila in the house. Thanks for tuning in, Mr. Sakila. Today we're going to be talking about some unfortunate news, man. I was talking to my family members over the weekend about this. I didn't even know really who Jacky-Oh was. I don't watch Wildin' Out, but she was apparently the partner. That's what I get. I guess TC. That's what they call themselves nowadays. These young ones, Gen Zs and Cs and Ds. They call their partner. They call their significant others partners, huh?
Right, they living the life, man. I wish I had a partner. Partners.
Yeah, some of us have partners. Some of us don't. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. But, you know, Jacky-Oh was DC Youngfly's partner. They had 3 kids together. She unfortunately passed away in Miami after a surgery. And we're going to get into the nitty gritty on that. Unfortunately, I got to sneak this in here, though, because I can't. Yesterday, TC, I talked about Binance being sued by the SEC. This is some crypto stuff. I got it because I ain't talked to TC in a minute. It's been a week now. And I got to get his opinion on this situation. Yesterday, Binance was sued by the SEC for mishandling funds. But now, today, they dropped the bomb on us. Now, Coinbase is being sued by the SEC. What's your take on this, bro? It's over for the U.S., huh?
Oh, yeah. For crypto United States, man, you might as well pack it up, man. Move to Puerto Rico. I mean, it's still U.S. territory, but you got to move to Central America, El Salvador, go down there with Max Keiser. But over here, man, it's that the regulation is not going to let it happen. I remember back like 2017, everybody wanted regulation. Even when the Coinbase, IPO, I remember people talking about, oh, this is one of the biggest moves in crypto and legitimizes the space. And now look at Coinbase.
I know, man. They dropped 13% on this news. And yesterday they dropped I think 15%, or they dropped yesterday too on the news of Binance being sued by the SEC. So
Binance USA was never really big here.
No, it wasn't.
They did have that one CEO that came on board and left pretty quickly. So I'm sure he got some insight into what was going on. But I think Binance had already been dead in the US. So that, to me, that was a mute issue.
Yeah, I agree. Coinbase stock down 7 or 12% down, trading down 7 points. Would
Didn't
you
it
buy?
open at like $300 or something?
Yes, yes, it
I
is
remember
trading.
like I remember watching like Ian Dunlap on EYL Earn Your Leisure, and they was talking about Coinbase IPO and like, oh, this is the biggest thing. I'm like, man, then I'll go watch like Zay and King, and they'd be like, I don't know about that. So
Exactly. Yeah, I'm with you on that. I was never excited about Coinbase going public, especially with, it's a race to the bottom. Their revenue was basically all transaction fees. And we know that you see what happened to the equities game. They don't even charge transactions. Robinhood, Webull, that's the direction that we're going in the crypto game as well. So
well, I mean, I think part of the problem, you got to have somebody want to buy it, and at this point, there's very few buyers out there. So
very few buyers out there. I think I saw the search query number for crypto was at 17 on Google now versus 100 just a year ago or a year and a half ago. So yeah, people's interest
like
in crypto is dwindling.
The metaverse, what they say, it's like 28 people on metaverse right now.
20. It's been that way though. That's the crazy thing. If you look at the metrics, it's been that way. So I don't understand. I like to look at the activity, bro. That's how I value these projects, and not the price, because the price usually follows the activity at some point. So yeah, Coinbase, not a buy on my book. I'm just saying, I'm not giving financial advice. This ain't the channel for it, but I'm just saying, $51. I think they got lower to go, TC. I can see them in the teens in the next year and a half, but they're going to lose. I think they're going to leave.
Talking about moving, right?
Yeah, they're going to leave. Yeah. I think they're going to leave. They set up in the Bermudas. They're ready to rock and roll. So just wanted to get your opinion on that. Get your 2 Satoshis on that one there.
I did have one thing I saw. Reggie Middleton had posted, like whenever Veritasium was going through their deal, like CoinMarketCap had like a disclaimer about Reggie and the SEC.
Right. But they don't have
exactly.
Exactly.
Binance owns CoinMarketCap, right?
Yes, sure do.
So it should be a whole disclaimer on the
on the whole site. Right. The whole site should be a pop-up, a model. It's like, boom. Don't trust. We're under investigation. Don't trust us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what is, brothers, man.
So those who may not know, Reggie Middleton is actually suing Coinbase. That nigga ain't getting no money, no.
It's out of jurisdiction now.
Yo, Reggie, man. I hope you get your loot, bro. I really do. I hope you get your money, something. Because they owe you.
Got to get something. They owe them. Man.
They owe you.
I mean,
for sure.
Patents got to mean something, in the United States. Something's got to mean something in the United States. Stand on something.
Yeah. Web3 Me said Robinhood suit coming tomorrow. I don't see why not. Right. If you think about it, right?
They were the worst. Halting trades and all kind of stuff. Yeah. That should be a class action suit against Robinhood.
That's a good one right there. The suit should be a class action suit, exactly. Not coming from the SEC. You guys that trade on Robinhood should be pissed off. So, Kathy Wood will buy more CB stock. Probably. She's out of control anyway. But yeah, guys, I just wanted to kind of chime in on that. Get TC's 2 Satoshis on that before we get into the 2 cents for today. I got a word of the day for you, TC. Have you ever heard this word right here? Meet cute.
Meet cute. No. I you never used it in that context.
Yeah, so it basically a meet cute, or plural is meet cutes, is a cute, charming, or amusing first encounter between romantic partners. So
I didn't met a few cuties.
Yeah, met a few cuties, yes sir. I've had a few meet cutes myself, if I may add. So let's see if you guys can use meet cute in today's episode. Let's go ahead and get into. Look, we like to talk our stuff, shoot the shit, talk, mess about pop culture things and everything. But one thing I want to do on this stream and this channel is always take away or give the audience, give the viewer something to take away, some alpha from this, right? So we're talking about Jacky-Oh's death. She died from an alleged plastic surgery that she had down in Miami. She was having a mommy makeover. That's normal. That's many women do that. So I just wanted to give you guys some stats on surgeries, period. We've had TC and I have had a friend who's actually just passed a year ago from a surgery. It was an emergency surgery, but over 100,000 people die in the U.S. from elective surgery. So those are surgeries that are kind of like not urgent, right? You kind of need it, but it's not a matter of time. But yeah, 100,000 people a year die from that. Now, what's interesting is that if you take a look at the plastic surgery side, cosmetic surgeries, they say only 100 people die a year from that. That seems kind of low to me.
Yeah, because even with this Jacky-Oh situation, we'll probably get into more of the nitty gritty, but she didn't die in the hospital. She was she went back to the hotel. So how does that calculate? Like, it wasn't in surgery, it was post-op.
Yeah. Right. That's got to be higher, bro. It's got to be higher. But that's what they say here. Cosmetic surgery estimate that the invasive procedures and anesthesia involved in the procedures result in a death rate of about 1 in 50,000 outpatient procedures. So it says outpatient. So that would be, a situation with Jacky-Oh. But
it's kind of sound like them COVID numbers.
Them jab numbers, right?
You'll never know.
It really do sound like them jab numbers. A little underrepresented there, ladies and gents. For real. So I just wanted to give you guys some context in today's episode. There's another. So I got that from this.
Hey, CB, I got another one. Is that statistic in just the United States? Because I know a lot of these girls, they be going out the country to get surgery.
That's just the United States.
Yeah.
So the number is definitely inflated for sure. Yeah. So one in 5,000 women are dying from elective procedures in clinics and doctors' offices, cosmetic surgery. That is, these cosmetic surgery patients are 20 times at risk for death. Every year, clinics perform cosmetic surgeries on approximately 1.4 million women and 200,000 men. Now, if you're a man out there getting plastic surgery, man, TC, would you get plastic surgery?
No. I'd rather go to that money and put that on something on black.
On black, on some ass.
Anything.
On ass.
But I remember it was MTV back in the day, and it was a dude that he didn't like his shins, and so calves. He was going to get like calf implants, and that was the first I ever heard of a guy, getting implants. So I mean, I personally know a guy that I used to smoke with that was really considering getting calf implants. That's the weirdest thing. Like, just wear pants. If you don't like your legs,
well, that's what he does. That's what he had been doing up until then. We would be like, dog, why you got on pants and it's 98 degrees outside? you got Mr. T-shirt on, but you got on pants. Like, what's going on, bro?
I mean, I think that it gets into what we'll get into a little later. Just, you got to love yourself, man. The body that you were given.
Right.
We had a friend that just recently passed that, had NF and, could barely see, was legally blind, could barely hear. And, he, lived to his life to the fullest. And I think, that's kind of what we're going to get into is just, you really got to love the body that God, Yah, whatever, Allah, whatever you consider the creator, the body that you were given, you got to love it.
Yeah, man, I'm with you, bro. That's a good point. That's a very good point because, as you stated, the gentleman we both knew, he was born with that. He didn't want to have these surgeries. He had multiple. I don't know how many surgeries he had over his life, but look at that situation. I'm sure he would have loved to not to have a surgery and be fat,
right? And
just be a slob looking type of individual.
Yeah.
Get in the gym, ladies and gents. You know what I'm saying? Get behind.
I mean, and just sometimes just embrace what it is. I mean, everybody's not gonna be skinny. Last night I couldn't sleep, so I was watching this Bama Rush. It was a documentary on like Alabama sororities, and it was just interesting to hear these young girls talk about like mental health issues and how they look, and their hair, their teeth, their nails, and all these things. And I'm like, man, it's just we're in a society now that's like, I want to know how much money is spent cosmetically from, on women, on hair, nails, all these things. It's like, and that was what I was going to ask you, CB. What can a man do? What can a man do that's fake, that's acceptable? What can he wear? What surgery is it? What's acceptable?
I don't see as a man's man. I just don't. I've never even thought about getting surgery. Ever.
Like, only thing a man can have is fake teeth.
Yeah.
And that's
you can
it.
get your veneers, right.
Yeah, that's the only thing in society that's acceptable for a man.
Right. Do they do cock extensions too?
Shit. I ain't struggling with
that. Me. But I'm just saying, niggas like to extend the Johnson a little bit. So
they extending.
Is that acceptable? Is that acceptable?
Hey, I mean, I ain't going. That's between you and your woman or man, whoever it is you're trying to please.
Oh my God, bro. Yeah, I think that's the only thing to me. Like you said, veneers.
But
and I would say
they started those where you can lengthen your limbs now too. I've seen that where guys are putting 3 to 5 inches on themselves. Like, it's just, again, man, it's just crazy to me, man. I mean, fortunately I'm tall, but like being tall has its disadvantages. Like sitting in the
like
airplane
what?
Is not sitting in the airplane.
Oh, sitting on the airplane. That's true. I never think about that.
Like,
I'm like 5'10", nigga. I'll be in there crossing my legs. I'll be in a lawn chair. That's why you don't never see CB
in the exit row.
Yeah, I'm taking your spot. I'll be taking the exit. You never see CB in first class. There's no need. My little ass be back there in the back of this plane, like
My theory is we all land at the same time, so that's how I feel about.
How do you feel about first class versus coach and business?
I mean, I've unfortunately lost friends in the plane crash, so whenever I get on the plane, I just want to land. I ain't really concerned with where I'm sitting. Like, I don't want to be on the period. So
right,
to me, it's just like, let's get up and let's get down as safe as possible, and then let's move on to the next thing.
Man, when I'm in the plane, bro, and I fly a lot, and I still can't get used to it.
Not having control, man. For me, it's like I'm completely out of control. And then it's just, after 9/11, there's so many different things that you're on alert of, because you just never know what could happen now. Then, the mask stuff, I couldn't breathe, with my mask on. So shit, that was a whole nother problem. The flight attendants telling me I got to put my mask on. I'm like, man, this is too much.
And it's crazy because I was explaining to a family member the best place to be is in an airplane.
Right.
When it comes to contagious diseases, because they have the whole system is HEPA filtered. It's like a commercial grade, medical grade system that all planes have anyway.
Right.
So
and,
you have the least amount of possibility of getting COVID on a plane, to be honest with you.
And there was a book that I read a while back. It was called Black Box Thinking. But it talks about, medical procedures and malpractice and deaths. And it was saying, I think it was like the number 2, killer in America was malpractice and medical, mispractice. And, and I think it goes to, because autopsies aren't just done on everybody. Like, autopsy has to be requested. I think that's one of the misconceptions. And I mean, you could, more about that.
Yep. And paid for.
Yeah. Yeah, so a lot of people don't have autopsies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think that everybody, a lot of people think that when people die, autopsy's automatically done, and that's not the case. But when a plane crash happens, it's automatically an investigation. They go to the black box, they see what's wrong, and then they address what's wrong. And so that's kind of what the book was talking about, is like, we're not trying to run from the problems. We're not trying to hide these stats. We're really going to see, okay, what exactly went wrong? Let's, figure out how we can correct this so it doesn't happen again. I think that that's kind of like, as society, I think that we need to get more to a black box thinking mentality, as opposed to like, let's just sweep everything under the rug. Hence, I think why we have women that feel like they're not beautiful, based on, I don't know what, because I look at Jacky-Oh, like she was a beautiful woman.
She was a beautiful woman. I guess I'm strange, bro. I like my women with stretch marks. I like a little imperfection, because that's perfect to me. Yeah. I don't like a perfect looking woman. That's just my opinion.
I think that that's an
You know,
illusion too. I think there's skinny girls that got stretch marks. So
true.
stretch marks is not an indication of weight. Sometimes it's just
No,
your body makeup. And
right.
then when women have children, I mean that's the ultimate sacrifice. Your body is going to change, but
For permanently. That's the thing.
yeah,
People don't realize when women have babies, some things never get back to the same. Their
yeah,
vision. It's like a number of things. I was like, dang, this is crazy, bro.
hmm
So
yeah.
women do definitely take a huge sacrifice having kids, man. Shout out to all the real women out there. I'm talking about the real women. Not the man, not the men women, but the real women out there. So this is DC Young Fly. If you guys don't know who he is, I mean, I did know who he was, but many people watching might not. This is a crypto channel, so I know a lot of you guys may not know who he is. But DC Young Fly, this is his partner here, who just passed away last week. But he's known for Wildin' Out. I didn't really watch Wildin' Out too much. Were you a fan of Wildin' Out? Did you
I
watch it?
watched it. I watched it in the beginning, but I'm more of a fan of like the '85 South Show with Carlos Miller, DC Young Fly, Chico Bean. They had their own. They branched out, because Wildin' Out basically kicked Carlos Miller, who I think is one of the funniest comedians out right now. Like, kind of moved him to the side. So they had their own podcast stuff going. And now, I mean, this is one of the hottest, black podcast comedies in, all comedy, one of the hottest podcasts out there. So, I mean, they're doing like 1 million views anytime they drop a podcast.
I went to see them live about a
Okay.
year and a half ago when they came
Yeah.
to the city.
Yeah.
It was cool.
It's
And
dope, bro. The way they do a comedy, man. It's like improv. They all three of them on stage. I think that they all, complement each other very well, and it's just great to see, three, young black men selling out arenas. I mean, they're doing things that like a lot of people could never thought they would be able to do. Probably, I mean, DC started on Vine, so you go from starting on Vine to selling out arenas. Doing movies. He was in BMF, so I mean, he's got a lot going for him, man. So it's just a very sad situation.
yeah, man, it really is. So let's go ahead and dive into the situation with Miss Jacky-Oh. What's your take on this, man? This is interesting to see that they're now trying to point the blame on the surgeon, and I just want to, be clear. Many times it is a surgeon's fault, but many times it's not. Sometimes it's just blood clots, which probably seems to be the case. We don't know the cause of death yet, but she was 33. Did she, a mommy makeover? We don't know. Like you said, on paper, she looks like a fit, gorgeous girl, but I don't know, man. Like, what's your take? Would you allow your wife, partner, lover to get a mommy makeover?
I mean, I think at the end of the day, what they say, man. One her body, her choice. So I stand by that when it comes to these surgeries. I wouldn't push it, and I don't think that that's a. Can you hear me? Uh-oh.
Boy,
We're back.
they
Hey, man.
love they love taking us out, don't they?
Oh man, we just getting.
Come on, man.
Still ain't said
So
nothing inflammatory. So
so what were you saying though, TC?
what was I speaking on her having that surgery? What I mean, I think at the end of the day, man, it comes down to whatever that woman wants to do. I wouldn't recommend it just because of the chances. I don't think anybody should just electively go under the knife. I think that these things can't happen. I think we take a lot of things for granted. I'm pretty sure she thought, I mean, I don't think, maybe it wasn't the first time she's ever had this surgery. She probably had a boobs done or something.
I don't
So
think it was the first time. Yeah, I don't
yeah.
think it was.
But my thing was, talking about the doctor surgeon. I was looking kind of, and they were talking about being like licensed versus like registered. I don't remember exactly what it was. Maybe you have a little more details on who the actual surgeon was, but I think that's the interesting thing is, had she known somebody that had gone to this person, was it one of them Instagram deals? Post me and I got you for free. So there's just a lot of things to factor in.
So she did post in Instagram post before going into surgery and said she would do a watch, stay tuned to see a YouTube video on it. So I'm sure there was some promotional activities going on with this guy, right? She probably struck some type of brand deal where she didn't even have to pay for the surgery. Who knows?
Right.
But I'm sure, as a brand influencer at, having 1.1 million followers on Instagram, you're not paying for much.
Right.
So I would assume that was the case. She had some type of brand deal with the guy.
But just look at them pictures. I'm like, what needs to be fixed? You know what I mean?
I'm thoroughly confused. But see, as you stated at the beginning, though, bro, it's a mental health crisis going on in America and around the world. And I think it stems from and is spurred on by social media itself, because people only post the good times. So everyone else looking at everyone else online only see the good times when we all go through it. We all have our trials and tribulations. And so maybe that's...
Well, and I think that, like you're saying, comparing yourself to the Kardashians or whomever, and these people are using filters and they got makeup and makeup contortions. And I seen some women out there that they didn't have any teeth and they finished with their makeup and they was dimes. You know what I mean? So, boy, it's a cold game out here.
It's a cold game. And hey, let's not even talk about layering AI on top of that bad boy. You really about to be catfished out here, guys.
Yeah, this
straight
scary.
catfish.
This is scary. It's scary for daughters. One thing I always talk about is when you have those surgeries and you change your image, your child is gonna look like the old you.
Right.
If your nose was
Very
big,
true. Very
your
true.
child nose is gonna be big.
That's hilarious, bro.
Now your child is gonna grow up either thinking damn, why mommy nose so skinny? Mine's so wide. Look at my wide nose. You know what I'm saying? Like shit.
Yeah.
What if I go have my shit skinned, trimmed down like Michael Jackson?
Oh no, and not an MJ. Oh, not MJ.
Then my kids come out with wide noses, wonder why they nose wide. Like shit. It's just a whole.
Are you my daddy? You know what I'm saying?
Speaking of which, if we're gonna talk conspiracies, I want to talk about Mike and his children, boy. Don't none of them look like they got no wide noses.
Oh, he didn't have his children, if I'm not mistaken.
None of them?
I don't think so.
He adopted all of them?
I believe so. Let me know in the chat room, guys. From my understanding, MJ didn't have any kids, genetically.
Okay, well that makes sense.
I don't know.
I'm like, ain't none of them got no curly hair, no wide noses, no big lips. I don't know what's going on. Old Mike had all that.
Yeah, anything from Click said they're not his kids. Yeah, they weren't his kids, bro.
Okay.
Which is weird. Very weird. What's that? You know what? No, I know why. The very thing you just stated. He knew they would come out brown with a wide nose. From Gary, Indiana.
Right.
That's exactly why.
Know how to moonwalk. Shit.
Bro, you literally solved the mystery. That's why he didn't want to have kids, because he knew his DNA would reflect truly who they were. Interesting. Very interesting. So the Jacky-Oh thing, man, is very sad. And again, they're putting it all on this doctor here, as you guys can see on the screen. He's had some allegations in the past. So what this doctor does, and I want to ask you, I didn't even know this was legal, and maybe it's not. That's why he dropped them. But he has sued numerous patients in the past for leaving a negative review on his surgery practice, which I didn't know you could do. You should be able to leave whatever review you want after you go somewhere, but he sued two different individuals for $30,000 apiece for leaving a negative review on his practice. So in August 2021, Okan also filed, that's the second one. He filed a lawsuit against different patients. In that suit, he was seeking about $30,000 after patient Kyla Nuremberg claimed in a review that happy patients of his don't exist. He also sued someone in 2021, Leela Penn, for $30,000 after she left a real self review alleging that she had been mutilated. Mutilated? Damn. That's crazy, bro. Here's the thing, though, just to play devil's advocate. Humans are humans. Surgeons are humans. They're gonna make mistakes. That is part of it. Like literally, surgeons make mistakes.
Oh, for sure.
They're
For
human.
Sure. I mean, yeah. I mean, I think that again, well, that's kind of weird that I don't know if it's liable or whatever that he's suing. That that he's turning around and suing them for, but things do happen in surgeries. The one titty might be bigger than the left might be bigger than the right. It's just how it come out. But so it'd be more interesting to see. To me, that doesn't really like hold a lot of weight as far as them making those claims. But I would love to see other claims that have been made.
Yeah, if those are the only two, then that's not a lot. I wouldn't. It
don't matter what you do in business, you're gonna have complaints. It doesn't matter what it is. You can wait on somebody hand to foot, and they still gonna have something to complain about.
Yeah, that's true. And again, guys, this is the danger of having surgery. I personally would never have a surgery unless it was semi-elective or urgent or emergency. Those three, where it's my life, my health is in danger. I'll go ahead and go under the knife. But other than that, man, I can't do it, bro.
You remember what's Kendrick Lamar's song when he was talking about he wants somebody with afro and natural and booty shots and stuff, and then you remember how they came down on him about that? Like,
no, I didn't hear that. Yeah. So now we're plastic surgery. Now we can't talk about people who get plastic surgery, huh?
Right. You can't have a preference on what you like. Like that's basically what it was.
Oh my God, bro. We are living in 1984 all day. This is insane. You can't have an opinion about anything.
Yeah, if you don't like somebody that's had surgeries, then you're phobic. You know what I'm saying? You got some type of phobia.
Hey, old doc that did the surgery, you know where that is, right?
Where's that?
Miami, Prime 112.
He living good.
Oh yeah, he living good. It looked like he just came straight from the surgery. Look at that shirt. Came straight from the surgery to get him some Prime 112. Shout out to Prime 112 Miami. Good food, pretty good food.
Watch your back. NAACP said watch your back though.
Oh yeah. I forgot. We should have done that. That may be a topic for another show. Oh, yeah. There's an NAACP travel advisory for black folk in Florida. We touched on it last episode too. We may have to dedicate a whole video to that one.
We have to go deep in. We got to go deep into who started the NAACP. That's a whole deep dive.
Yeah. Right there. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. No doubt. So it's just an unfortunate situation. They're trying to really big up that he is the real sole cause of her death. But again, it may not be. It literally, she was found unresponsive in her hotel. Blood clot. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah.
Blood clot,
I mean, again,
man.
it's just love yourself. As we close on this story, man, you just love your kids. I think one of the cool things, and one of the things that you've done is when you do these live videos, you basically have left a diary for your family, for your children.
That's true.
And that's one thing that I saw. I went back and looked at some of her videos, like DC Young Fly took them all to Disney World. Right. And so documenting those things, her kids will be able to go back and see those things. So I think that's beautiful, from that standpoint. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it just comes down to, man, we just gotta we gotta show more love, in society. I think people got to be more real with who they are and what they are. And I was again going back to that documentary. It's a way that you can take a picture and make your arms thinner and make your waist thinner. And I'm like, man, this is just crazy, bro. Like everybody is catfishing nowadays.
Everybody is catfishing. I'm calling cap fishing. Yeah, man, it's very unfortunate. And just again, the other side of the coin, guys, is like this guy could be a above board surgeon, and now he may be done. His practice is probably done at this point, bro. He's been, even if it was a mistake, I can't see him getting any more patients from after this big.
You better go do some plastic surgery on himself. Change, grows beard out, wide nose.
Oh my God, I can't remember. So I don't know if is she black or what's her ethnicity? She's mixed. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think she's
okay.
Mixed.
So man, it's just a sad story. They leave.
Yeah, I mean, DC, man, that's just three
beautiful kids,
man.
and Yeah,
Terrible
it's gonna
news,
be
man.
tough,
Terrible.
man. So,
That's
like TC said, love yourselves, guys. Love your imperfections. Love the imperfections in your partner, mate, whatever you want to call it. Hey, man, we're human. You know, we're human.
Do you? I'm a
Moving.
little older than you, man. Do you
Hmm.
remember the movie "I'm Gonna Get You, Sucker"?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so you remember when the girl's like, "This hair is not mine. These nails are not mine." But she took her
But she
legs
took her
off.
legs. I'm gonna
Like
get you,
that's
sucker.
that's
Oh,
really where we headed
classic.
with society, bro.
That's
Like,
the Wayne brother joint, right?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, that
yeah.
was classic. That was classic. I was watching Wayne Brothers Major Pain when I was out of town a few weeks ago.
Man,
Going back on
hey,
Major Pain,
that's a
classic.
classic movie, bro. Like I
Yep.
was having that debate with somebody the other day who was talking to comedians. Like Damon Wayans has got to be up there, bro. He was a beast.
And he doesn't do shows.
Yeah, he
It's
did back in
it's
the day, but like
yeah,
now
but no
he
more.
stopped.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, he
it's
doesn't do
kind of
shows
weird, you know. I
anymore.
think because like him and Eddie, they were so raw. I feel like you can't even do that anymore, and so it's kind of taking like the art away from it. You know, Chappelle has come out and stepped on, across the line, but it's still like a lot of stuff that they said. You go back. I mean, I grew up watching Eddie Murphy, Delirious. Like that's my shit right there, boy. Like Raw, Delirious, Martin Lawrence, You So
Classics.
Crazy. Like
Classics. Those
classic
days are
comedy.
gone, bro. Are they ever to return here in America? Do you think on the trajectory we're on?
I mean, I think that like if you look at like this writer strike, if you look at
Yeah.
all the woke stuff going on in Hollywood, like I mean, it's very hard for me to get up and go see a movie. You know what I mean? So I think that the pendulum has to shift back to like what people really want. You know, I like raw comedy. I like Tony Hinchcliffe. Like on every Monday night he does Kill Tony, and I mean they say the F word. It's everything. You know, anything goes on there, and I love it. You know, I'm like man, I'm all for that. Like man, you can be yourself. Comedy to me is the purest form of free speech, and so I would hope that that pendulum swings back. But you know, like I said, in the '90s, yeah, the '90s was the best time to be alive to me.
Best time to be alive. I was literally talking to somebody about that. It was the best time to be alive. The rap was the best. You had, the best era in basketball, in my opinion. Maybe in other sports as well. But it was just like I'm gonna call it the roaring '90s. That
Yeah,
was the
like
pinnacle. That was the
hip
top
hop
of
was
America.
great. I mean, even like alternative music like was a vibe. You know what I'm saying?
Hell
Like it
yeah,
was
I was
all
I
kind
was
of
listening to
genres.
alternative
Like
music. Yep,
yeah,
alternative was
Weezer and Nirvana. I used to listen to Pearl Jam. That shit used to go
yeah,
to like Bone
yeah.
Thugs. I would
Green
listen to
Day. I
everything.
used to listen
Green
to
Day.
Green Day.
Yeah, like
Yep.
it's that. I feel like that music doesn't even exist anymore. I don't even know what that music turned into.
Corey Holcomb. You don't like him though, do you?
Oh, that's what I'm tuned in
Oh,
5150
okay,
every Tuesday,
okay,
bro.
okay. All
Yeah,
right. I
to me
thought
he
you
a
didn't like
G.
him.
No, no,
Okay.
no. I
I
love.
I don't like how he balled up though. That was a little. Then when he balled up and he was just
No,
taking
that
them
was
punches.
Ari
What?
Spears.
Oh, that was Ari Spears.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
that was on
that's
Corey's show, but that was
that
Ari
was on
Spears.
Corey's show. Gotcha,
Yeah,
gotcha,
nah, nah,
gotcha.
nah. Corey, he gonna talk that shit. I love Corey.
So what about Ari?
He did the stuff with Tiffany Haddish, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm cool on that. Damn cool. I'm cool. Don't mess with kids, dog. That ain't nothing funny when it comes to kids. That's how I feel.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's Ari Spears. I lost respect, a little slither of respect when Aries balled up in the corner and just let my man just rail on him. I'm
Oh
like,
yeah,
dude,
yeah,
seriously,
yeah.
bro?
You're gonna be a comedian and
On
talk that shit,
TV?
Yeah, shit.
Come
Yeah,
on,
that's what come
man.
with it.
Because I was watching. Do you know about my guy TK Kirkland?
Yeah, I
You
like TK.
follow? You like
Yeah,
TK?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he was telling. He's got so many
Who
stories, bro.
raised you?
Who raised ya? Yeah, he's classic, bro.
Yeah.
I actually went to see him for the first time when he came to Detroit, maybe about 4 years ago. His stand up was not good. Maybe he just had a bad night. But
It's very
everybody,
difficult, bro. Like everyone, that's
yeah,
why, when it comes to comedy, you got so many genres. Like you got the stand up, you got movies. I think you just got straight improv. There's so many different elements of comedy, and that's why I think Eddie to me was the best because he could do all of them. He was good at all genres and movies. I mean, it's hard to compete with Eddie Murphy. They come to serious, funny,
yeah.
you
Every
name it. Like,
peer in the comedic entertainment industry always point to Eddie. Like he's the GOAT. He's the litmus test. He is that standard, you know. And I don't know if you saw that movie that came out on Netflix. What was it called? Where the
Jonah Hill.
Yeah.
Lauren London.
Lauren London, Jonah Hill.
Yeah, that was good. I like that.
He was funny in that and didn't even have many lines.
Yeah, he wasn't even trying to be.
It's just his aura is hilarious.
Yeah. Nah, Eddie
Crazy,
the truth,
man.
Bro. Like,
Eddie is the truth. What about Richard Pryor? I didn't know much about him. He was before my time.
I respect him. I didn't really, he's before my time. But, I think that he was a pioneer. But, I got to go off what I grew up on. So, to me, Eddie is the GOAT.
Yep, no doubt.
Like, even Sanford. I mean, I tried to watch Sanford and Sons, but, like, I just couldn't get into it. Like, I guess I was too young for Sanford and Sons.
Yeah, that was a little bit before my wave too. So I'm not too familiar. Like I've seen, growing up, I would see a couple episodes and stuff. But yeah, that's before my time, really. I wanted to talk about here. We got, before we wrap up, Rose. Did you see Rose on Drink Champs, the latest one?
Yeah.
I watched that one when I was traveling out of town. I listened to that one. I was pretty good. He did kind of throw a jab at DJ Envy.
Oh, he was throwing all kind of jabs.
He threw some jabs at Meek Mills too. Did you kind of catch that? Yeah, so he was on Drink Champs, because he essentially alluded to, which I thought was the case anyway. He alluded to that he kind of bought Meek Mill's crib.
Yeah.
To help him out. Bought it cash, $4 million, to help him out because he was low on cash. So he kind of thought that was a little jab, but he did have Meek Mill come out the show.
Hey, if you giving me $1 million for my crib, man, you could jab me too, bro. I'll take it.
Now, hold on now. What kind of jab now?
Hey, hold on now. Hey, pause.
Okay. All right. I'm just making sure. Rick Ross, man, second year, I believe he's had the car show in Fayette County, out there in Georgia, Atlanta, outside Atlanta. Man, this is legendary, bro. They tried to give him flack for the first year. This year, flawless, no incidents. I think one of the trailers may have knocked down a power line as he was setting up for the event, but he said he had like the top event planners and everybody come through and make sure everything was run great. I think Rick Ross has transcended rap, which is good. This is what is supposed to happen. You know what I mean?
To me, it shows me that the money's not in the rap. You look at how he diversified. He got into Wingstop, all the the Bel Air, the Ciroc. I mean, he was early on that stuff. And, I think that, like, even, people don't talk about when he bought the bull, and he bought the cow, he bought the buffalo. Like, basically, he turned his land into a farm. So then he's reducing his taxes. So, there's just so many different things that he's done, man. And it's just beautiful to see. Like, I was really impressed to see all these people of all races, creeds come out there, and, wasn't no incidents. I'm not really a car guy. I like cars, but, you're more the car guy. So I kind of wanted to get your take on, like, what's your preference? You an old school dude, or you like the new cars?
I'm a new school cat. So, I wouldn't have had as much fun at the Rick Ross joint. He had a lot of classics there, but I'm a new school cat. I like going to the auto shows that we have here in Detroit. Even though the Detroit one used to be like the standard across America, the North American auto show, it ain't anymore. But those are the types of shows I usually like. They changed the Detroit one to an outdoor summer event, which I haven't been to one yet. I don't know if I want to go out to that one. But this is great, though, man. This is great. I'm just wondering, from last year, the county was like, well, we're not benefiting much from it. And his rebuttal was, yes, you are. I have people flying in all over the place. Airbnb prices shot through the roof. All these thousands of people had to stay somewhere.
Right.
So I think it's a great thing for hip hop, for the culture. And he's definitely transcending rap, as you stated. Anything for Click said here, rap is dead. Do you think rap is dead?
Nah, rap's not dead. Rap will never die. I mean, rap is a young man's sport. I think there's an evolution of rap. You look at, there's different genres of rap. There's when the drill rap just came out, 2013? So
yeah,
no one saw that coming. I'm really on a positive rap. I've been listening to a lot of La Russell. Like I like that.
Okay, yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yep.
Yeah, I like dudes that's hustling and talking positivity, stuff like that, man. That's, to me, it's like it's music for people out there. And that's one thing why we go back, we talked about the last episodes, just the music that people choose to listen to. Like, you don't have to choose to listen to negative music. There's plenty of positive rap out there. You just got to go and find it.
Ooh, look at them gold Daytons on that boy right there.
These, well, I remember them as a kid. What?
Yeah, boy, that's the 90s for you.
Throw some D's on that bitch.
Throw some D's on it. We got Gucci Man that came out. Like I said, Meek Mills, a lot of other people came out, man. This is great. I'm glad there was Lil Baby. Glad there were no incidents. That was the main thing. I'm glad there were no incidents, just to show, the culture, society, that, we can come together and do some things without any incidents. So that's good to see. I don't know who won. I think they had on here who won. Some of the winners right here. Here's one of them. That is crazy. That paint job was probably $100,000 or more.
Sheesh.
That is insane. Insane. And look at this artwork on this rim right here. Look at the etching on that. That is just dope, man.
Like, to me, I mean, I done drove on them Detroit roads, bro. Like, them rims, I'd be so scared. You gotta do like 5 miles per hour, what?
Oh, bro, I bust so many rims and tires in this city.
Oh,
it's insane.
That's insane, bro. Like, I seen, like, it was probably like a foot divot in the road one time. Like, yes. I was driving that night, and luckily I stopped. Man, I'm like, what? This is crazy. Like, right off a main road, like Detroit. Yes. Man, the infrastructure there is bad, man.
Horrible. And it's actually like that all across America. Our infrastructure, that's a whole nother topic, but our infrastructure is dwindling big time. We're sending billions of dollars to Ukraine, but we can't spend just maybe $1 billion or $2 billion to fix our infrastructure.
Right. Oh yeah.
Like, I mean, our priorities.
Like the high speed rails, I've had people that lived and played basketball in Japan, and they talk about it all the time, like how nice it is to just jump on the train. I'm like, come on, like America should have been had high speed rails. Like, it don't make sense.
So you're a sports guy, right? And yeah. I wanted to get your take on this because I saw this video when I was reading the TMZ Rick Ross article. Do you know who is this Darius? What is that? Do you know who he is?
Stephon Diggs. Stephon Diggs plays for the Buffalo Bills.
Darius.
So his brother.
Oh, is his brother maybe?
I guess maybe that's his. I don't know.
Yeah, so they attacked this dude and took his little man purse. Oh man, yeah, Derez. I don't know who he is. I thought maybe you would know it was a sports player or something, but they put the mollywop on his ass. Hilarious. Look at this, bro. This is insane.
I mean, I'm not. It's just weird, bro. Like, people do this stuff in public, like knowing there's cameras, like
everywhere.
It's just. I'm befuddled, bro. Like how do you do crime in today's society? Like, you know that you're gonna get caught.
Yeah, because they caught. I don't know if you know about the one guy who did an interview on Vlad, and then like a week later he was killed.
Oh, the
BTB Savage dude.
Yeah.
Like,
man,
they caught the killer from that, and he drove from. Was it from Houston to, or did he drive to Houston?
He drove like
an hour.
I think from San Antonio. Yeah.
Yeah, which is like what, 3-4 hours?
Probably, a couple hours. Yeah.
Yeah, he was on a crash. He was on a crash. He was on a crash mission there. He knew.
Yeah. Again, and the music, bro. The music, like
the music.
Give me Denzel, bro. Like, I want Denzel rappers. Even like Rose. Like, people talk about him being a correctional officer, but he didn't move that many keys. It doesn't matter. Like, it's
entertainment.
It's entertainment. He's painting.
And he's a great entertainer.
Oh, he's great at painting the picture. He make me feel like I'm rich when I be listening to him. Satin sheets up in my bed, like, damn. Feel like I got it.
Santorini, Greece. He got me wanting to go to Santorini, Greece. Like I didn't even know I didn't even know Santorini existed. I'm like,
Right,
okay,
you know what I'm saying?
now that's on my list. Now gotta go.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, no doubt, man. Any last words, bro, before we wrap up this episode? My 2 cents.
Man, I think, like we said, man, we just want to, bring positivity, bring some laughs, speak on some stories. At the end of the day, man, you got to love one another, love your friends. I think people don't tell each other they love each other enough. I think stop being in competition, get in more cooperation. I think, we got to learn to cooperate, with each other. And them beefs and all that stuff, you got to let it go because, tomorrow's not promised. So.
It's not promising. You women out there, man, love your bodies, man. It's like, I know it's easy to say when there's so much competition. One of my boys' fathers always said, when we were in high school, we were, me and my boy, we were always in serious relationships with women. And he would say, it's always a 21-year-old. Every year it's a new 21-year-old. Oh, yeah. So I understand from a woman's perspective, every year there's a new one coming out the factory. Bad.
Oh, and now, like,
young.
Yeah, you can do so much stuff to yourself that, like, they all look plastic now. So, I think, like, we got to get into the Kardashians one day, man, because a lot of this stuff started with them. The butts and the lip fillers and, a lot of women. I seen some woman died trying to look like Kim Kardashian not too long ago. So, and the thing is, you trying to look like Kim, and Kim, she having surgery, changing how she looks, so you chasing your tail. Yo, I gotta upgrade again. Shit.
Well, no, you have to keep having these surgeries because they deteriorate, they erode. Like you get the Brazilian butt lift, but that fat starts to droop, and you got to redo it every 5 years or whatever. So I hope you got the pockets. I hope your sugar daddy is loaded.
I always think about this generation of because you're gonna hopefully you grow old. Hopefully there you go.
Hopefully
you become a grandparent. Can you imagine these grandmas with these BBLs? Like I would be so embarrassed as a child. Like, can you imagine your grandma showing up to your game with your spelling bee? She got a
saggy ass. Yeah, saggy ass at that point. Because you get older, you get to a point where it really is not beneficial for you to go under the knife. So you get 60 years old. It's not a good look to go under the knife to get your BBL reconstructed.
Yeah, even the tattoos. Like I got tattoos, but it's like, man, at some point, man, you get super tatted, your skin gonna shrink and shrivel. So, just think about those things, man. Long term, I think, that's one of the things, man, we got to think long term. We're so caught up in the short term and the microwave society. Like, we got to look at, throw a good roast in there, man. How long a good roast take? Good roast gonna take you about 6 to 8 hours, maybe 12.
Yeah, 12. Right. Yeah, 12. Right. Yeah, there you go, man. Words of wisdom. This is definitely, make sure you guys hit that thumbs up, subscribe, comment in the section below as well. If you're not seeing this live stream, let us know what your thoughts are on DC Young Fly's partner, Jacky-Oh. Was it the doctor's fault? Was it just being one of the statistics, rolling that dice? Rolling that dice, man. You take that chance every time you have surgery. Me personally I think it was just a blood clot that got, caught up in somewhere in her heart or in her brain. It happens. Surgery, it happens quite often. Thoughts and prayers go out to her family and to DC Young Fly as well. I can't even imagine the nightmare he's living right now. Money and fame can't buy you happiness, guys. It really can't.
Man,
think about that.
On another note, man, I just talked to one of our friends, and we was just talking about that. Somebody that we know is, very, very, well off. The families had to deal with a lot of problems, and I guarantee that no one will want to trade places with them.
No.
So it's something to think about, man. Money doesn't bring happiness. That comes from within. Look to your family. We talk about community and family. Like, those are things that are most important in this life. So, just don't take any of that for granted, man. Love on the people close to you, and that's how we'll see a better society. Quit worrying about everybody on Instagram and worry about those in front of you.
There you go. We're going to wrap it up on that, guys. Again, hit that thumbs up, share this video. comment in the section below. Let us know what you think on the Rick Ross too. I think that's a good move. He's transitioning. He's doing his thing from the beer, not the beer, but the champagne to the cars to the restaurant tour. My man is doing this thing, and we need to see more.
Well, Meek bought
transition.
Lids, right? Yeah, I think Meek Mill bought Lids, which
he did.
That's a good move. Yeah.
He's a majority owner, or he
I believe so. I believe
I didn't know
he
that.
bought the majority of Lids, which we get into that probably another time because retail stores is not the best, but I mean it's definitely from a nostalgia standpoint. Shit, I remember going to Lids copping hats all the time as a kid.
But I will say I think Lids could have a strong presence going forward because that's the type of thing where ordering online is cool, but you do like to be able to go in. See the hat.
Yeah, a lot of people getting their hat embroidered too nowadays too.
So. And getting them embroidered and stuff. So okay, I didn't know that about Meek Mill. So we'll have to definitely highlight that next time. These hip hop guys got us transition out of hip hop. That's the first step. You were blessed to get that type of fame and notoriety, but you got to move on and upscale it from there. You see what Diddy did.
They get caught up in how much money the show money is great, and if you continue to make it. It elevates, but at the end of the day, you talked about the last episode, like barbershops, like how can you scale? It's only one of you, so you can only be one place at one time. Some guys, I know 2 Chainz, he may go 2-3, do 2-3 shows in a day, but how long can you do that?
Yeah.
How long are you going to be hot?
Yeah, and you can only do 3 shows a day. That's your cap,
Yeah.
So yeah. Smart, guys. Think smarter, ladies and gents. No matter how listen, it's no matter how much you make, even if you're an athlete, you can't scale yourself as an athlete. Even though you make millions of dollars right now, think about scaling yourselves in the future. That's what it's all about. So everybody.
Hey, did you see the story about Finesse 2 Times, the rapper out of Memphis? He sent his brother to do a show for him. So I guess you can't be 2 places at once.
You gotta be kidding me.
No.
Did it work?
It was like, they ended up finding out, but like during the show, like, nah, he kind of got away with it because he had a ski mask on.
Oh, he had a Pooh Shiesty on.
Shiesty on shit, you can get away with it.
Oh yeah, you can. That is clever. Shout out to Finesse 2 Times. That's a good one, bro. You're trying to scale, but you're doing it in the wrong direction, brother. You gotta come holler at TC and CB. We'll help you out. We'll help you out. It's your boy Crypto Blood. Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe. That's my 2 cents, and we out of here. Holla.
I'll write it and we'll do it live.
Okay. Ready?
Fucking thing sucks. We'll do it live.
Okay.